Our journey began long before it began. In 2004 and into 2005, I had completed 3 consecutive Beth Moore Bible studies, Living Beyond Yourself, Believing God, and the Patriarchs. At that time, I had no idea that God was building a foundation for our future. On the very last page of my Patriarch workbook, I took notes as Beth talked about epic endings and new beginnings. She ended the final lesson by saying, "Every time God brings us to the end of something, He always brings us to the beginning of something new." Little did I know that that was exactly what God was going to do in the coming year. As Charlie and I walked and talked today, it became evident that although we didn't fully know what God had in store for us, He was definitely calling us to leave our comfort zone. Over the 9 years that Charlie has spent as missions pastor, one of the things that he loved the most was coming alongside young church planters, helping them to launch a church in their part of the world. How cool would it be for God to orchestrate us planting a church in the part of the world that He has for us? I wonder where that would be. That night as we prayed, we asked God to light up His path for us like a runway, so obvious that it would be impossible for us to miss. Tomorrow, we leave for our first site visit to Franklin, Tennessee. Charlie went over to his dad's to borrow his atlas to map out our route. And would you believe it? Right there, in bright pink highlighter, was the route his dad would take to visit his sisters, right through the heart of Nashville. Could this be our well-lit runway? Last night, our friends Daniel and Nikki Peterson came over to let us know that they thought God might be calling them to move with us to Tennessee to help us plant the church. We were blown away and so excited about the possibility of them coming with us. This hasn't been an easy journey. How can I be so encouraged one day and so afraid the next? God, I know that You are our ultimate provider, and I trust You to provide all that we need. Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. A lot has happened. We've been on an emotional roller coaster. On a good note, Mount Paran decided to support us $2,000 a month for 2 years. And our friends, Mike and Donna Clements, they also committed $48,000 over the next 2 years. However, it had been over a month since Charlie had last talked to Mike. We both thought he had written us off until he called tonight. When Charlie got off the phone, I heard him yell, "Satan, you're a liar!" At times, fear has gotten the best of us, but tonight, God reminded us both once again that Satan has no authority to stop God's plan. Today, Charlie met some of our soon-to-be neighbors, Michael and Elisa Farron, and their 2 daughters, Madison and Micah. One of my biggest prayers as a mom has been for Annie to find a friend quickly. Micah and Annie are the same age. Maybe Micah will be the answer to that prayer. Today is the day we moved to our new home in Tennessee. God has done so much since we started this process 6 months ago. We have raised our entire startup budget of $300,000. God, You are amazing. We've spent the last 9 months growing a launch team of 25 people that now included more friends from Georgia, Harry and Georgetta Stambaugh. It was a long time coming, but we finally secured Oakview Elementary School as our church location. The night before our first Sunday, I barely slept at all. I had so many thoughts running through my mind, but the most concerning thought that I had was, is anyone going to come tomorrow? Fortunately, they did. 196 people to be exact. And people have been coming ever since.